Jamar Chase from LSU.
Jamar Chase is the second LSU Tiger to win the Biletnikoff. And
this is your emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of the annual purge.
Alright guys, no, I'm not going to take up much of your time. I just want to give a huge shout out to everybody who's been supporting my channel recently. As you guys might know, everybody's been following along. It's going to be a really good journey, and I'm glad how I'm seeing myself progress from my first cringy video to this one, which is an absolute banger in my opinion, guys. I just hope y'all enjoy, and I want to thank everybody for the support that I've been getting recently. It really goes a long way of really why I started YouTube, which wasn't just to get famous and stuff. I mean, that would be cool one day, but it's really just to have fun. I like making these kinds of videos. I don't know why I went on the break. It's really fun for me to make videos for you guys. I just want to thank y'all all for the support that y'all been showing, and I'm not going to waste so much of your time. Let's just go right into the video. What is going on, guys? We are back with another video, under my loft, because why not? That's a new recording studio. Has been and always will be. Anyways, let's start off with today's topic. Jamar Chase! One of the greatest wide receivers LSU has had in the last couple years, excluding Odell Beckham Jr. and Jarvis Landry. Odell Beckham Jr. and Jarvis Landry were two great studs who came straight out of LSU and dominated the NFL. And I think Jamar Chase just might be the next one. And Justin Jefferson, who went to the NFL draft this year, got selected by the Vikings, is going to absolutely light it up this year. But that's a whole different topic for another day. I am super excited to make this video, guys. Ever since I started this YouTube thing and started making videos like this, I have always wanted to make a video about my favorite player, Jamar Chase. He didn't get much starting time his freshman season, but boy, when he touched the field his sophomore season, he never looked back and shot out of a cannon and lit up the league. In 2019 alone, in his sophomore season, he had 84 receptions for 1,780 receiving yards and set an SEC record for 20 touchdowns in a single season. Oh yeah, did I also tell you he won the award for the best receiver in the nation that year? Yeah. That's just a little add-on, but no biggie. He is 6'1", 200 pounds, and coming out of high school, he was a 4-star recruit. Yes, he was recruited pretty high, but did we think he would become the monster that he is now? No. Personally, I didn't, and many other people didn't also. He has absolutely transformed the offense for LSU, and so has Joe Brady and all of them. And yes, you can say that Joe Brady helped out with the success for all of them. But, you know where this is going. We got to go into the stats. LSU, historically, has always had a pretty tough schedule. So, for him to put up the numbers that he did against the elite defenses that he played against, it's already phenomenal. But let's get into the exact numbers. And the national champion, actually, we'll do the national championship last. Let's start off with against Texas. No, screw Texas. He lit it up against Texas. Let's start off against Vanderbilt. His best game that he had this season. He had 10 receptions for 229 yards. That is phenomenal. NFL players don't even put up that much yards. And he also had 4 touchdowns to go along with that. And you're going to tell me he's not elite? Catch me outside. And then against Florida, also that year, who is going to be our toughest opponent next year. I usually am looking forward to playing Florida because they're not always the hardest team, but they're a good challenge, and I like seeing how my Tigers hold up against them. But this year, whoo! We don't have our hands full. Anyways, he had 7 receptions for 127 yards and 2 touchdowns. He had a slow first half, but once he got rolling, he never looked back. And then against our hardest opponent, statistically and score-wise, Auburn, he had 8 receptions, 123 yards, and 0 touchdowns. Not something you see from Jamar Chase. His only game without a touchdown. He has a touchdown in every other game. That is crazy good. And he still put up 123 yards. His specialty is probably either the slant or the post fade. I can't tell which one yet. And then against the big game, woo! LSU, Alabama, against LSU's biggest rival, honestly. He had 6 ow! I smashed my finger, guys. He had 6 receptions, 140 yards, and 1 touchdown. LSU won by 1 touchdown. So I guess you could make the argument that his 1 touchdown may have won us the game. Do I think so? No, it was Clyde Edwards-Helaire. But you can make that argument if you want. Now, let's get into the real question. Is Jamar Chase going to be the next great NFL wide receiver from LSU? Will he join the LSU NFL thing that they have? Yes, he's definitely going to go to the NFL, but I want to see, honestly, Jamar Chase might pull one out of the bag and might go top 5. He's definitely top 5 in my list for right now on the best prospects coming into this season. But will he go top 5? I'm not sure. We're going to have to see which team lands where and if they need the wide receiver position or not. Anyways, that's besides the point. And the national championship. The biggest game of the season for most teams, all team, and if it isn't your biggest game, well, there's something wrong because the national championship basically decides your season. If you made it to the national championship period, you played absolutely phenomenal. And do you guys want to know something funny that I found out while getting this video prepared? On average, every time he touched the ball, he would get 21.2 yards. Just let that settle in. That's basically saying every time he would touch the ball, he would get 2 first downs. A little bit more than 2 first downs. And you're trying to tell me that's not good? Try again, buddy. That's crazy to think about. So that means they were getting 20 yards every time he touched the ball. So let's take the Vandy game, for instance. 10 times 20. Yep, that's about right. That's 200 yards, right? Yeah. And he had 229 yards. So, yep, that's about right. Anyways, as you guys can see on the screen, this is not as big as a shock graph as some of my other ones. Jamar Chase, DJ Moore is his NFL comparison. We'll get into that one in a bit. I want to go over the national championship real quick. He had 9 receptions for 221 yards and 2 touchdowns. Now, there was a little beef, but we'll get into that in a bit. All right, NFL comparison, Jamar Chase, DJ Moore. DJ Moore is built just like Jamar Chase. He is 6'2" and 200-something pounds. He is an inside-outside receiver. He sometimes plays slot, but he mostly plays outside just like Jamar Chase. His specialty route, he can beat man's one-on-one on coverage, and he can run the slant like it's nothing. And if you're telling me that does not sound like Jamar Chase, have you watched LSU football this season? Anyways. Now, in the national championship, the beef that was going on. It started before the game. I don't know if there was much beef during the game, but I know there was some before the game.
And let's just say Jamar Chase shut him up real quick. Or I wouldn't say real quick, because it took our offense a while to get going, but you'll see. Anyways, A.J. Terrell, the cornerback who was guarding Jamar Chase all game, as you see here, he was talking mad smack. And Jamar Chase isn't usually the one to talk, but he said something not too nice to him. And let's just say this was his response.
Ask about younger fighter. Scary. Shiver my timbers. Shut
Very
up.
effective. Now Burrow going to launch downfield for Chase. Who's got it? Touchdown, LSU. Clemson brings the pressure. It's picked up, and now Burrow is launching downfield. And it's Chase again who's got the catch. And again, Burrow inside the 5. Terrell is beaten again. He did save the touchdown, too. Everybody on the same page. Burrow from the pocket, launches to the end zone. Caught! Touchdown, Chase! And LSU takes its first lead tonight.